Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Why call two men in a truck? If you're like most people, you're moving and you work hard. You call 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained, professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. You call 352-289-0666. People who care about your things as much as you do. Time is of the essence, and you want it done fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, the movers who care. Visit twomeninatruck.com today and get moving. So call 352-289-0666.
2 Men in a Truck.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Tuesday night, patchy clouds, low 73 to 75. Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high 89 to 91. Thursday, sunshine and areas of high clouds in the morning, then mostly cloudy in the afternoon, the high 90 to 93. Friday, partly sunny, Friday's high 91 to 94. Saturday, sunshine with a thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high 90 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Drew Shannon.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
WOCA. Ocala.
And welcome back. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Moving right along with this Wednesday, as we mentioned, just with a little bit of the idea of some wet weather out there, but still staying somewhat cool. You know, we got a lot of humidity out there. 76 degrees right now as we're moving right along with our show. In the studio, as I love this time of year, right? Political season's in full swing, right? As we've now got baseball season and basketball weird season coming up. Well, it is political season, right? As we have in the studio, as glad to have you in the studio too, partner. Joe Harding, Republican candidate for Florida House District 22, as we got you in here, partner, just to mention, as announced, as you filed to become candidate for the Florida House of Representatives, District 22, conservative Republican and seventh-generation Floridian, born and raised in Williston, and also local business owner. And we're glad to have you in here, partner, as it's good to. We did a lot of this through everything with the change of COVID-19, and everything was a lot of on the phone. But I've had a lot of you guys in here today, which is good. But thank you for coming in. And if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about your campaign and everything you're running for.
Great. Thanks, Adam, for having me on, and great show. I tune in quite a bit and listen to it, so you're doing great work.
Thank you.
It's neat to be here at the Paddock Mall. I've walked past the studio many times, and I was just telling you off the air when I was at community college at CF right here in town. This cafeteria was where we came to hang out between classes. Right? Yeah. So it's kind of surreal to be here. So, so I am a Christian, a family man, a business owner, and not a politician, never run for office. I'm concerned about where we're heading as a state and as a country. I think that there's a battle going on for the heart and soul of our country, and we have to decide whether we're going to go towards the path of socialism or stay with the fact that we're a constitutional republic and we're for the people and by the people. And as I raise 4 children, I'm married. I have for 8 years now. My wife Amanda is my rock, and she's a huge part of me being able to do this, run my campaign. She does a great job of holding the business down and raising our kids, and then you throw COVID in the mix, and
Sure.
So the school season was definitely messed up this cycle. But when I look at where the future of Florida and my children, and in 2018 when we had the governor's race here in Florida, that was a wake-up call for me. At that time, we had Andrew Gillum running against Ron DeSantis, and we had a decision, and barely 50% plus a few votes voted for Ron DeSantis. We had almost 50% of Floridians that voted for a self-proclaimed socialist. And that was a wake-up call for me. And I said, I can't sit by anymore. I've got to do something to make sure that the Florida I love, the Florida that's been a part of me for 7 generations, that's carried on through my children. And so we decided to run because I think in the state legislature, every single issue that we face as a country, and we talk a lot about at the national level, it filters down and it's implemented at the state house. That's where it starts. That's where bills start. And whether it's defending the life of the unborn, defending our Second Amendment rights, the role of what government is in our businesses, our education system, all those things are directly impacted at the state house. And I feel that's where an area that I can make an impact. My background is in construction management. I managed over $400 million worth of projects throughout the state of Florida, actually all the way up into the northeast part, all the way up to Virginia. Building a lot of healthcare and hospitality projects. So I know how to manage multi-million-dollar projects with tough deadlines, and have a lot of workers and subcontractors working under you. And I think that's what we need in politics. You need more folks who have business experience, who signed the front of a paycheck, who've made a budget happen, know how to take fire, incoming fire. We need fighters right now, and in the conservative, we are under attack by not just by a party, a liberal party, but we're under attack by the media. And so we need folks that have a fighter outlook on life, understand that there's a time to work together, but there's a time to draw a line in the sand and say, no matter what, I will always defend the life of the unborn. No matter what, I will not compromise on our Second Amendment rights. And that's really what we need. So that's what we're running. That's why we're running. And our 3 priorities are going to be life of the unborn, defending the Second Amendment. And number 3 is probably a little bit different than what you hear from a lot of Republican candidates, but that's our vocational training in our high schools. I think there's a need to prepare the kids for the workforce that don't go to college, and we need help at the state legislature. We have a good program right here in Marion County,
sure.
But we need a partner at the state level who could work not just on financial needs that are needed to really make that program grow, but its overall outlook on in our education system of how we're going to handle those children that aren't going to go to college.
Gotcha. Now, with being said, I know you touched just a little bit of it, but I wanted to ask you a little bit more on a deeper note. Like you mentioned, for your first run at politics, why Florida House of Representatives?
Yeah.
Why not maybe something a little different, or for example, dipping a toe? You're like, nah, the hell with that, I'm jumping in.
Well, it's a good question, and number one is that I don't see myself as a politician or see myself needing a political, it's not a career path. I want to go where I can make the most impact. And last year in the State House, we had over 700 bills proposed. There's 120 members. Each member can put forth 6 bills. 700 bills. We don't need 700 new laws. And what happens is we elect the representatives who want to create a name for themselves, run some ridiculous bill that will never see the light of day.
700's a lot.
It is.
It's when you think about how those bills are made up and everything that goes into it. That's a good point.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the bills I pass. It'll be the bills that I fight against.
Gotcha.
The liberty invasive bills. And I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm everything I've ever done in my life, we jump all in.
Yeah.
And I think this is an area we can make an impact, and why, dance around it. We're going to go straight for it and try to make an impact.
Well, let me ask you this in regards to what you mentioned. I kind of agree with this in a way. When you mentioned how you've run small business, you managed construction, for those who are listening, maybe say, what other good techniques are there for, like, not saying the average man, but somebody who just doesn't do political science and law degrees. What does that mean for you coming into this position? And with the priorities you mentioned, as somebody who's more of the regular guy, the man's man, how do you go about bringing these conversations to the House floor when you get a position like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have a lot of lawyers in the Florida House. We don't need any more lawyers.
7.
Nothing against them. We have plenty of conservative ones, and that's fine. But we need folks who say, look, this is great and it may make sense in a bill or in a law room, in a courthouse. But right now, I want to look at it as, how does this impact my business? How does it impact my employees? How does it impact my wife, my kids? So I think what we bring is just that real world perspective.
Sure.
I may not use the biggest words and, be able to speak in lawyer terms, but I don't think we need that. I think we need simplicity and someone that can bring some real world perspective to issues.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's where I think maybe a lot more people agree, just with the things that we've gone through this year, is to maybe have somebody who's more realistic to the expectations and needs of the working man, rather than just the career politician in itself. That's very good. Now, how has the campaign been going? Everything that you've been doing, how? As first time in politics, how has everything gone, so to speak?
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah.
I'm humbled by the outpouring of support we've had. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a few of the endorsements that we've had come our way. Representative McLean, who will be the senior representative for the Marion County delegation. He's endorsed me. Also, 2 local sheriffs have endorsed me, and I think that one's really critical. Right now, our law enforcement are under attack like we've never seen in this country, and we need fighters that will defend them. And I've got some ideas in the House of some legislation I would love to put forward. When you have local governments that say they're for defunding the police, I think we, as a state legislator, have to do something to put some teeth to that and say, look, if you want to defund the police, then we'll defund you. I mean, they get a lot of state money in many other areas, and I think it's time we take some tough stands and have the support of our law enforcement locally, and also our firefighters, both the Marion County, City of Ocala, all the way up to the state level as well. And I think that's critical at this time where we're at in our country, to have those first responders support.
Excellent, partner. As we made our way here 15 minutes before the top of the hour, where can people find more information about you and the campaign?
They can go to joeharding.net, very simple, joeharding.net, or they can email me with any other questions at joe@joeharding.net. My election's on August 18th in the primary, and I need every person that's listening that lives in District 22. I need their vote.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate it, partner. Thank you for taking the time coming in. WOCA, The Source. We'll be back right after this.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Elks Lodge, 25th Avenue.